Let us test some local LLM's creative abilities. The prompt used was, write the fight scene between a mage and a knight. The knight is in full armor with a longsword and a shield. The mage can use elemental magic. The stronger the mage's spell, the longer the mage needs to chant. The fight starts at 50 feet apart. The output was, the mage stood tall, arms raised as he began his incantation. A ball of fire danced in his hand, growing larger with each word spoken. The knight charged forward, shield raised and sword drawn. As the distance closed to 30 feet, the mage released the fireball towards the charging knight. The knight lowered his shield, blocking the flames as they impacted against him. He pushed through the heat, closing in on the now chanting mage once more. At 10 feet away, the mage unleashed a wall of ice between them, causing the ground to freeze over. The knight struggled for balance but maintained his footing. With an enraged roar, he charged forward again, shield bashing into the icy barrier with enough force to shatter it and send razor-sharp shards flying in all directions. The mage dodged one such fragment as he continued to chant, a bolt of lightning now crackling around his fingertips. At point-blank range, the knight swung his sword in an overhand strike. The mage raised his arm and sent the bolt into the blade, shocking both knight and weapon alike. The resulting explosion knocked them both back several feet, scorch marks on the ground marking their previous positions. Groaning as he stood up, the knight looked over to see the mage rising slowly from his own crater in the earth. Both knew this was it. One final clash of magic and might would determine who emerged victorious. The mage began a new incantation, hands glowing with an ominous red light as the knight charged forward once more. The ground shook beneath them both, the air growing hotter by the second. When the knight was within striking distance, he lunged at the mage, sword poised to strike true. The mage let out a final roar, a massive explosion of flames and magma erupting from his hands. The knight managed to dodge most of it but still took some minor burns as he crashed into the ground. He looked up just in time to see the mage collapsing onto the scorched earth, completely drained from using such powerful magic. The battle was over and both combatants knew who had emerged victorious.